Hello and welcome to Political Bazaar. Elections are underway, and today to discuss the trends, factors, and overall equation, today with us we have Maria Shakil, the political editor of CNN News 18. Thank you, Maria, for coming. With us, we also have Gaurav Chaudhary, the deputy executive editor, Moneycontrol. Thank you, Gaurav, for coming. Maria, let me ask you: you've traveled the length and breadth of the country covering the polls for CNN News 18. Is there an overall theme, an overarching theme that covers the whole thing? For example, in 2014 there was Modi and Vikas. In 2019, is there a theme which can, bind the whole election narrative across India?
We cannot say bind, but what we can say is that this election is not a presidential election.
Okay.
That for the longest time it was being said as presidential elections you have to have two faces.
Yeah.
This is a referendum on Narendra Modi. Okay. This is about Narendra. It's about his popularity. It's a popularity contest. How popular is he in which state? Mm-hmm. So to say that there is a wave, I don't see a wave. But do I see an undercurrent? Yes. Is this an undercurrent which shifts from one state to another? Yes. But interestingly, for the last few phases, post phase 3, there seems to be one dominant narrative that is emerging as the elections move towards the Hindi belt and move towards the eastern part of India. That is Odisha, Bengal, they are ending now. Oh. The Hindi belt. That is the state of Rajasthan, where 12 seats will be going to polls in the next phase out of 25. Again, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. One thing that is becoming clear is that nationalism, vis-a-vis the idea that the BJP is talking about. Nationalism, the definition of which is being given by the BJP, okay, is being discussed.
Okay. Gaurav, we talked about this yesterday. The Pulwama, how the Pulwama attack would actually resonate in belts in Rajasthan.
Yeah.
So, from what Maria tells us is that nationalism is there. Do you think this will actually give the BJP an advantage, or as the Congress and other opposition parties are saying that this is not exactly the way, have they been able to turn the narrative?
No, if it doesn't give the BJP an advantage, I think the BJP has a lot to worry about. If nationalism and the issues of national security that the BJP is now talking ad nauseum over the last 3 weeks, if it doesn't translate into votes and seats, they have some serious worrying to do. But as Maria has said, this seems to have struck a chord across voters, across states, and it has cut across the traditional lines of caste and identity politics, which seems to be working in BJP's favor at this point, and they seem to have the edge on this issue particularly. But what I would like to know from Maria is, why hasn't the Congress or the opposition actually talked about core economic issues like jobs?
Okay, so interestingly, Gaurav, I was in Rajasthan this weekend trying to get a sense. One thing that is interesting is that when Rajasthan went to polls, when assembly elections took place, at that time, what was the slogan that was resonating? Modi tujhse bair nahi, Vasundhara teri khair nahi. At that time itself, Rajasthan had given enough indication as to what the Lok Sabha elections will be like. They had said that the problem is with the chief minister. The problem is that this is a state which has traditionally voted out the incumbent, yes, so they'll be going with the tradition. As far as the center is concerned, that is Narendra Modi. When I was in this Alwar, Dausa, Jhunjhunu, Jaipur belt, I did ask first-time voters and youth, unemployed youth, about jobs. And one conversation that struck me, particularly in Alwar, was that this boy told me that Ashok Gehlot government is giving him the Berozgari Bhatta of 3,000 rupees. So I said, that means you'll be going with the Congress. He said, that is for the state.
All right.
As far as the center is concerned, that is Narendra Modi. I think this is what is happening. And when we again talk about, and then when I was on the highway, I met another group of, first-time voters and youth. And I kept on saying that, jobs is an important issue. Don't you think it's an important issue? They kept saying that Congress has made it an important issue, but don't you think that here is someone who has shown that political will? Don't you think that here is someone जिन्होंने पाकिस्तान को जवाब दिया, that wing commander अभिनंदन जो पहले नहीं आ सकता था 2 दिन में, वो 24 घंटे में वापस आया. That sentiment has percolated.
So to a very large extent, this is also a battle of communication between the BJP and the Congress, and the BJP clearly seems to be streets ahead insofar as communicating with people are concerned and on issues that they feel very strongly about.
Again, and let me give you another example, Gaurav. Here is Odisha. Odisha traditionally has not been a state which has been associated with nationalist sentiment.
Yes.
It is not like a Bihar which has been part of a socialist movement such as the JP movement. And look at what I heard in Cuttack. I meet a group of students at Ravenshaw University in Cuttack, and they are telling me, nepotism बहुत देख लिया, हम लोगों ने परिवारवाद देख लिया, अब राष्ट्रवाद होगा. I mean, that is the first line of communication that you hear from students, from people on ground, first-time voters. Then that gives you a sense that how much of that matters.
Correct. So, extending that, is that bad news for Naveen Patnaik in the assembly elections?
I won't be surprised because, again, in Odisha, I was in the coastal region. That is Puri, Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, Chilka. This is Naveen Patnaik's bastion. And here I'm not supposed to be hearing about the BJP. Because BJP's concentration and growth has been in the western part.
Okay.
That is where they translated into one seat of Jwala Aran in 2014,
okay,
where the 21% growth or voter turnout or voter growth for the BJP has been. In this bastion of BJD, people say that Naveen Patnaik se hum bahut khush hain. उन्होंने बहुत काम किया है. But दिल्ली के लिए नरेंद्र मोदी.
Okay.
So let's make that distinction. People do talk about Naveen Patnaik, but again, because Odisha, like 4 other states right now, has simultaneous elections.
Yes.
They have 2 votes, one for the state, one for the center. They may vote distinctly differently.
So the voter is very clear as to, there's a clear differentiation between the state government, who they want, and the center, who they want. That
I think
distinction
so.
is clear.
I'm seeing that, but again, traditionally, Odisha or other states have not seen split voting. But then elections are changing.
Yeah, this year could be an exception to that.
Yes,
trend,
so I'm saying I won't be surprised if it actually happens.
All right. I'll have to ask you about West Bengal. West Bengal.
I've not traveled to Bengal.
No, just
Let a caveat. Just a caveat.
Just a general one. There's a lot of violence that's coming out of West Bengal. Each phase you can see incidents of violence, but at the same time the voter turnout is high. How do you read that?
Voter turnout, whether it's advantage incumbent, advantage opposition, there are a lot of theories that have been there. CSDS and others have done a lot of studies which show that you can read this either ways.
Okay.
Okay. But the good news is that this is showing that there is an engagement with the electoral process better than what Mumbaikars do.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So, or better than those living in metropolitan cities do. So that is good news. But again, Bengal and Odisha, these were the 2 terrains which was identified by the BJP almost in 2016.
Okay.
2016 to 2017. And I would say that the first national executive of the BJP was held in Bhubaneswar. And why was it done? 2017, soon after the Uttar Pradesh victory, the BJP made its ambitions known.
Okay.
That its look east policy is about these 2 states and the northeast where the Modi wave ebbed in 2014.
Yes.
So they have made their ambitions known in 2017. Thereafter, there has been that push of building the organization from the base,
Okay.
where you have party offices in each of these districts, where the Prime Minister, BJP President have been leading from the front, sending that message, become part of us.
All right. Okay.
I would like to, from West Bengal, let me come to the heartland, and particularly Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Is there a specific strategy, a reason why the BJP has left Temple completely out of the electoral phraseology so far? Why isn't Ram Mandir part of mainstream electoral phraseology for the BJP now?
Look, Gaurav, I think what has happened is that over the last 6-7 months, the Ram Temple issue had put the BJP and the RSS on a back foot.
Okay.
Remember during the Dharm Sansad, when that question was asked to RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat, Mandir ka tarikh bataiye. When he was giving that speech, in Dharm Sansad, he said that, this is the government that will deliver. We have to have faith in the BJP leadership. Then people started saying, Tarikh bataiye, Tarikh bataiye. So that would have put the BJP on back foot.
Yeah.
They realize that it may not be a sentiment which may be translating, or you cannot encash the same sentiment again and again. And nationalism perhaps is that sentiment which can even get people who may have moved away, younger generation, first-time voters for whom a Ram temple may not be an issue, but nationalism, national security can be, or even that decisive leadership in Narendra Modi can bring that sentiment. So they moved away from it.
All right. Nationalism is a sentiment that the BJP has managed to actually effectively communicate, used to its advantage so far. To see more developments, keep yourself updated. Stay tuned to moneycontrol.com.